Welcome back to Thriving in Love podcast, the podcast that challenges the status quo so couples can thrive as their authentic selves. Today, I want to talk about what it means to self-actualize while being in the container of a romantic relationship. What does it look like when one person may be on a growth journey that the other person may not be interested in? And how do you know if you should stay or if you should go? Today's episode is so near and dear to my heart because I was at this crossroads 2 years ago. My story about living apart together with my husband was portrayed in this beautiful way to revive a relationship. But what the truth is that it was so much deeper than that. It wasn't just about going on fun date nights, having our own places, living the Sex and the City life of me thriving in my own apartment, in my creative space, doing whatever I want. Yes, I did get to experience all of that, but it was so much more. And today I want to talk about the truth behind the veil. In 2018, I hit a point in my life where I knew that I could not continue the way I was living my life. I was an executive at a tech startup in New York City that was extremely toxic, and it was just really bad for my mental health. It was the moment that I knew that I don't care about money the way I used to. I care more about being healthy, being happy, being fulfilled. I wanted my work to be something that brought me a sense of purpose. I didn't quite know what that was going to be at the time. All I knew was that my life right now is just not it. And my incredible husband was the one who encouraged me to quit my job, even though we were living in the most expensive city in the world, trying to make it paycheck to paycheck. That is when we decided to travel the world. We lived as digital nomads for a year. We started off in Mexico for 3 months, moved to Europe for 3 months, and then Southeast Asia for the remainder of the year. It was an incredible experience, of course, and it was magical and it was fun and it was so cool to see like all of the things and all of the places. But what was really interesting to me was connecting with the people everywhere I went. And I really got to see how similar humans truly are. We're all craving experiences and connection and the fullness of the human experience, but so many of us are not living up to that potential. And it really got me questioning why. Why is there a loneliness epidemic? Why is this happening in this world? And that sparked my journey into becoming who I am today. When you break free from a reality that doesn't quite fit right and embark on a journey to find your unique path, it's going to ruffle feathers. It's going to cause conflict and it's going to cause issues in your current relationships. They say it's lonely at the top, but when in reality, it's not that it's lonely at the top, it's that you just get rid of the people that weren't there in your life for the right reasons. I have so many more friendships that are fulfilling. I have a more magnetically passionate relationship with my husband. Yes, it was challenging and we had growing pains. But that doesn't mean that you can't make it through. And I truly believe that the couples that you see out there right now that are in conscious relationships and that are choosing to uncouple and go in their separate directions, that's going to propel them deeper into their own soul truths. And maybe they'll find their way back to each other. And that's literally what happened with me and my husband. I chose my purpose over our relationship because I knew that there was a deeper reason that I was on this planet. And my husband was not ready to go on that journey. And I needed to make a choice. I was at a crossroads. Should I stay or should I go? And I wasn't quite ready to let go of that relationship because I knew we still had so much love. I still had so much to learn from him. I was still mesmerized and obsessed with his mentality and his way of life. So I knew that he was my person. So I got creative and I tried to find a third option. And that's how we decided to live apart together. This is our unique path, and this is what worked for us. But the reason I start every single episode on this podcast saying that I want to encourage couples to challenge the status quo and create unique love stories that work for their authentic selves is because the path to true, deep, soulful love is so incredibly unique to you and your partner. And it's a journey of figuring it out and trying things and seeing what sticks and seeing what you like, right? It's about being inspired by other people's stories and journeys and seeing unconventional ways to make a relationship work and trying it on and seeing if it works for you or not. And it really is an ebb and flow of finding what works for you and your partner. And sometimes on that journey, that means going your separate ways for a moment of time or creating more space physically in your relationship like we did, so that I had more physical space to go on my journey of self-discovery to find out who I am and why I'm here. I had to self-actualize while balancing enough space for a whole nother person to fit into my growth. It was the most challenging time of my life, but it was also really, really fun because I treated it like an adventure. I went traveling the world and I was like, okay, I saw the world and now I'm ready for my next adventure. My next adventure was an inner adventure. It was an inner journey in deepening into my essence, deepening into who I am and why I'm here and why am I the way I am? What are my limiting beliefs? What are my patterns that I just keep repeating? Where am I feeling stuck in my life? And taking a hard look at where am I self-sabotaging myself from actualizing my full potential. And I needed to do that in my own energy. I needed to learn how to sit in my energy. I needed to learn how to enjoy my loneliness so that it doesn't consume me. Choosing to be in isolation was my worst fear coming true. And sometimes you have to leap towards the thing that scares you the most so that it shatters you open, and then you allow more space for divine wisdom to come through to you. And that is the journey of the sacred feminine. You're not going to become a sovereign being by staying in your comfort zone and consuming all of this knowledge. There is a next step where you have to integrate all of that knowledge into wisdom. And when I chose to move back in together with my husband, when we moved from New York to LA, that integration process was grueling. It was so challenging. It was balancing my sense of self, this whole new person that I have come to absolutely love and adore, to now learning, where do I compromise? What do I sacrifice? Where do I stay in integrity and speak my truth? Where do I choose me over him? And what I learned is that the more I choose myself, the more he chooses me. It's not just him, it is the universe. The universe chooses me when I choose myself. I get insane opportunities that don't make sense to land in my lap. My husband gets insane opportunities to land in his lap, all because we choose to leap towards fear. And this isn't something that is like woo-woo or just for us or the universe chose us over others. I have done this with clients that are typical run-of-the-mill housewives who have passions and dreams and want to leave an impact and want to have a legacy other than birthing children, which is an incredible legacy on its own. Raising emotionally intelligent people is a legacy all on its own, and that is a journey. I also help women who may not choose to want children, but their wombs are still incredibly sacred vessels of creation, of creativity, of wanting the divine to speak through you to share your message. I truly believe that if you feel it inside of you, in your bones, that you're here for a bigger purpose, it's because you're literally here to lead a movement. I did not think when I was a kid that I was going to be the spokesperson for Living Apart Together and be featured in the New York Times and be on Good Morning America talking to millions of people worldwide. But that just ended up being my path because I became a soul-led sacred feminine. I let the divine work through me. I listened during my plant medicine ceremonies and I integrated all of the messages that I was receiving and I took action on it. It was the hardest thing ever, wondering if I may not make it as myself. I may lose myself. I may hit psychosis. I may be depressed even more. And I have a history of suicide and depression and a lot of mental health issues. But I knew that there was another way and there was more out there for me. And I was willing to risk it all to find it. And this isn't to say that you need to move out of your house and live in your own apartment. Like I said earlier, I want you to be creative. I want you to find a way with your partner so that both of you feel really good about going on a journey of self-actualization while being in a committed and happy and monogamous and romantic relationship. You don't have to risk it all in order to find yourself. And I know a lot of people go through a divorce and that's usually what sparks their self-discovery journey, and that's amazing for them. And I'm glad that they're able to know themselves truly, deeply, and intimately and know that that person isn't the person that is going to get them to this place where they are wanting to go. And if that's your journey, get honest with yourself. I know it's the hardest truth, like a harsh truth to come to terms with, but you owe yourself a big life. You owe yourself a small life that you love. You owe yourself a life that just feels so fucking good. And I'm here now, and I'm telling you, I feel like I have healed my depression. I want to be here. For the longest time in my life, I did not want to be here. And now I want to put my feet in the grass. I want to experience the sunrises. I want to experience the sunsets. I want to indulge in the food. I want to live. For the first time in my entire life, I want to live here. So if you're feeling like you need to leave Earth and there's a better place out there, I am so sorry to tell you that there is no other place but here. All of the dimensions are here on Earth. You just have to tweak your frequency to find the dimension that feels the most fulfilling for you. If it's not the 3D world where everything is surface level and everything is black and white and it's a fixed mindset, try to explore spirituality. Try to explore what it would look like to live a different way, maybe in a more feminine way, where you're leading with your heart, you're being kind and compassionate, you're attracting people that also have a good heart. Broaden your horizons and your mindset and see. Talk to strangers, smile at strangers, and you'll see that you'll literally, through these tiny little changes, tweak your frequency and end up in a whole new world. And if that is also not enough, and say you miss the success and the ambition and the luxury and the indulgence of what you experienced in your 3D reality, combine the 3D with the 5D and enjoy the 7D. That's literally what love is. The love frequency is a place where you get to have inner union within yourself of your masculine and feminine energies so that you can bring them both together in harmony, peace, and joy and create a thriving, successful business and impact while leading with love, while leading with within your cycles, while being integrated with the cycles of the moon, cycles of your womb, doing it your own unique way. There's like unlimited dimensions here, and it all just is this ever evolving journey, but it's not going higher. It's about a deepening into who you are, to unravel all that you're not and create more space for all that you want to become. So I hope that this episode has planted some seeds in your soul to give you the courage to leap, because everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And if you're interested in beginning the journey of deepening into who you are, I'm hosting a free masterclass next Monday on the 22nd at 2 p.m. Pacific, and a replay will be sent to those who cannot make it live. I truly hope that you open yourself up to the possibility of more, because you are so worthy and you are so capable of love, of abundance, of peace, of joy, of freedom. It's not just some woo-woo stuff that people are saying. It is true. I am living it. I am breathing it. And I hope I'm embodying it, because I want to show off all of my hard work, not from a place of arrogance and eliteness and what have you, but from a place of pure fucking joy, to spark hope and let people know of what is possible if you just do the work and go within and connect with yourself. You owe it to yourself to live the life that you came here to live. Why not live the life you came here to live? Why not make your human experience magical and magnificent and just delicious, indulging in pleasure? Why limit yourself? You're a whole multidimensional person. Don't limit your entire being to just being in the 3D reality. There is more, so much more. Okay. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Next week, I have a very special guest, and we're going to bring more women who are embodying the essence of love, freedom, pleasure, joy. So tune in, strap in, subscribe, rate, leave a review, download the episode, and I'll see you guys next time.